morning, Keith Tebow from FRC Media. It is Wednesday. It's a sunny Wednesday, beautiful day out there today. And it's time for our weekly interview and discussion with the mayor of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you this week?
Doing fine, Keith.
Thanks for joining me. I want to go over a couple of things that actually came up last night on the city council. One has to do with the Fall River City Charter.
Right.
The current iteration of the charter was approved by voters 5 years ago at a city election. And in the charter, there's a provision to take another first look at the charter 5 years after that first initial approval, which was in 2017. That means the process should have started this year. Part of the process is you, as mayor, would appoint some members of a charter commission. The city council would do the same. Those names went to the council last night and they were rejected. I guess my first question to you is what will be next in terms of what you understand may be whether the city would continue to look at the charter under this provision?
Yeah, I'm thinking right now about just resubmitting those names. I think it was a good mix of residents across Fall River. I had to put someone from the school committee on there because that was part of the charter's directive, and an educator and community active people. I thought we had a good cross section of the community. It's tough enough to get people to go to work on our boards, and these people all were willing to serve. So I don't know, I doubt they had problems with any one of the individuals. I never heard a word from anyone on the city council regarding any concerns about those names when I sent them down. I know that most of those people are very well known in the community. And again, if one of the councils had an issue, they should have given me a buzz and said, hey, what about this or what about that? And we'd work together to fix it. The council had therefore rejected also, which I did think that was kind of funny because, again, he was under, President Kamara was under the same kind of restrictions about who he could put on and who he couldn't. And again, I have no idea. That was kind of different, but hey, it's government and you just keep moving forward. I think I'll probably send the names back down and they can reject them again. And that's my thought right now. I thought they were all, like I said, upstanding members of the community, and they've done a lot. So let's see where we go.
Yeah. And there was also concern, excuse me, there was also concern that I guess according to the charter, the name should have been put in earlier in the spring around May 1st. Do you know, again, I know you're not a lawyer and you're not a corporation counsel, but is there a reason why that could hold things up because it may not have been done in a manner that was outlined in the
No,
charter?
I don't think that's a problem. We have till June to put this report together of next year. So there's plenty of time for them to have a couple of public meetings and get the concerns of the community and go forward. I mean, if we're off on the timeline, we made a mistake. I know that there was some transition going on in the city council, which may have slowed it down. I did meet with former President LeBeau. We were working on it, but things just kind of sometimes go sideways. So, hey, we'll keep going forward. If it's the council's wish to not appoint the committee, then I got to work within their parameters, and I'll do what I have to do.
There was also concern by at least one councilor about diversity on the commission. Both sets of lists, the list you provided and the list that Council President Kamara provided, more of an ethnic diversity. Is that something that you may want to consider going forward in terms of making that a little clearer to help this move along?
Absolutely. I think what we did was we took the charter's directives and we followed them. I do, as I said, think we have a good cross section of the community there. Some people had never served on a board or a commission, so giving them the opportunity. And let's remember, this is nothing short of just a review of the charter, looking for places that it may be improved or amended in another 5 years. They were just giving it a read over and listening to the public and compiling some ideas. This is a volunteer board, and as I said, I think we had a good group there. And again, just the way it is, never heard a word from anybody about that. Never heard a recommendation for anybody that they may want to see on the board. So, we do the best we can.
Yeah. Another item before the council's finance committee last night was an update on the marijuana licenses here in Fall River. according to Corporation Counsel Alan Rumsey, he mentioned that the city has about 9 licenses that may be filled to fruition, if you will, by the end of the year, and another two or three outstanding, some that the city would like to reject. Those were all, again, issued under, at least approved locally, by the former administration. Let me just ask you, have you seen any other applications come your way since you've been mayor? I know there may have been one or two earlier, but what's the
Right.
status?
We've gotten a few, but we just kind of holding everybody at arm's length because, you know, as was said last night, a couple of these people have two letters, and um, we wanted to make sure we knew who was going to open, who was active. You know, my problem is, are these people trying to sell these letters? Are they trying to make money by simply getting a letter from the former mayor? I'm not keen on that. I'm not sure what they can do. If you remember, uh, this became a big issue during the campaign. The former council president was, you know, bringing this up like someone in my administration would do something wrong. We inherited this. We've given out no letters. We've done a few transfers of ownerships, which is what I think the prudent way to go is. Let people that have it, if they're going to work with some new prospective person to invest in the city, create jobs. That's what we're doing. But again, I think there was 14 letters given out,
Right.
14 or 15, and we're trying to stay around that 11 number. So we'll see how it plays out, and we'll keep going.
Yeah, the number I believe set by ordinance is 11 that can be issued with the current number that have been open thus far, the number of facilities, and up to I believe 9 that could be open by the end of the year. From what you've seen in terms of activity that's actually been happening
Right.
in Fall River, do you feel that that 9 to 11 number is probably a good number moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the traffic go down at Northeast, which was the first one opened way out on, I think, Route 81, right before you get to Tiverton. That seems a little more peaceful there. The one at Globe seems like it has a steady flow of traffic. The new one over here, Cosmopolitan, is steady. Then we have the other one, which is wholesale. I think we're probably not far off from where we want to be. I don't want one on every corner. I want people that are going to make money, um, pay their taxes to the city, and employ people. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, all the ones I've been in look top shelf. So, I just don't want to flood it, because then all you're doing is, hurting each other, and, you know, people that get hired lose their job because they're not having the sales they wanted. And it's not good. We'll crawl before we can walk, and we'll move our way along here and see how it goes.
All right, couple of quick other things. Yesterday, you were at an event right here at Bristol Community College where the state legislative delegation, working with the city and Bristol Community College, is going to be hosting a community recycling day at the end of the month. And I know these have become more popular. People have, items in their homes and they want to dispose of it properly, like computers and mattresses and tires and furniture. And sometimes they don't know where to go. An event like this sounds like a good idea for people for a small fee to get rid of that items and do so responsibly. And I know that's something that you've been promoting right along.
Oh, absolutely. Saturday we were doing a cleanup down at Kennedy Park and on Shore Drive. It's a way to clean the city, and now we're going to go right into the houses and allow people to pitch in and just get rid of some unwanted uh, clutter, whatever you want to call it, that they have in their homes right at Bristol Community College on the 29th. It's an easy way to do it. You pull up under one of the overhangs, and they'll take it right out of your car, and like as you said, pay a small fee and remove it. It's you know something I think is very important, keeping the city clean, and if people have an option to get stuff out of their basements or out of their garages and some old furniture, bring it down, and we'll help you out on the 29th.